This is the story of Michael Jackson, the man who literally changed the world. He was born as the seventh child into an African-American family with 9 children. At 6, he left school to pursue music full-time. When he was 7, the Jackson 5 got a record deal, and Michael, who was too young to sign the contract, had to let his father do it for him. He signed with Epic Records and began working on his first solo album, Got to Be There. It was released in 1972 and went platinum, selling over 1 million copies. But Michael wasn't done yet. He wanted more. He worked tirelessly to make sure every detail was perfect, from the music to the lyrics to the dance moves. He wanted to make people happy. He once said, "I always try to be better because I have to prove myself over." He was investigated several times, but the allegations were never proven. Despite this, his reputation was tarnished, and in 2005, he was tried in court. He was a true inspiration who showed the world that no matter where you come from or what you look like, you can achieve your dreams if you have the courage to follow your heart. Although he was found not guilty, the trial was emotionally draining. Michael was a sensitive person, and the constant media scrutiny and accusations took a toll on his mental health. And over again, because people do unreally understand. He couldn't sleep well and had to take painkillers to cope with the insomnia. And as anyone who's taken painkillers knows, they can be addictive. Michael became dependent on them. And when his doctor refused to give him more, he switched to another doctor. But that doctor gave him a lethal dose of the drug propofol, which put him into a coma. Michael never woke up. On June 25, 2009, at the age of 50, the king of pop died. Millions of people around the world mourned the loss of a true icon. If you're black, you have to be twice as good. Unfortunately, not everyone understood that. Some people only saw his unique looks and strange dance moves and thought he was weird. Others criticized his ever-changing style. How has Michael Jackson inspired you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you liked this video, please hit the like button and share it with your friends. Thank you for watching. Until next time. But Michael didn't care what people thought of him. He just wanted to make them dance. He wanted to create something that had never been seen before. He had everything he ever wanted: fame, fortune, and adulation from millions. But behind the glitz and glamour, Michael was struggling. You see, at the height of his fame, Michael Jackson developed a rare skin disease called vitiligo. It caused his skin to lose its pigment, leaving patches of lighter skin. People started noticing the changes in his appearance, and some people were cruel, mocking him and making fun of him. But Michael was already self-conscious about his looks. He had always been the smallest of the Jackson brothers, and as he got older, he became more reclusive, spending most of his time alone in his mansion called Neverland Ranch. He created a fantasy world for kids filled with amusement rides, animals, and fun. He wanted to bring joy to children because he knew what it was like to be one. In return, his father got complete control over the band's finances. With 7 hit singles, Thriller shattered all expectations and broke racial barriers, becoming a global phenomenon. The music videos for Beat It and Thriller were groundbreaking, changing the way music videos were made forever. They were cinematic masterpieces that told stories and featured elaborate dance routines. They became instant classics and are still loved today. All of this meant that Michael didn't get to enjoy his childhood. But despite all the struggles, the Jackson 5 became a huge success. Their hits like ABC, I Want You Back, and The Love You Save topped the charts. Michael was a child star, living his dream, but he was also an African-American kid trying to find his place in a white world. But instead of letting racism hold him back, he rose above it. He had talent that couldn't be denied. His father, Joseph Jackson, was a steel mill worker and a musician. His mother, Catherine, was a devout Baptist and a homemaker. From a very young age, it was clear that Michael was different. He had a gift. He could sing and dance like nobody else. But sadly, their father was a strict disciplinarian who believed that success came to those who worked hard and took no prisoners. So he pushed his kids relentlessly. There was no room for mistakes or messing around. That same year, the Jackson 5 went on tour with the legendary soul singer Diana Ross. Michael fell in love with her music and her stage presence. After meeting her, he said, "I want to be like Diana when I grow up." However, touring was grueling. Michael missed his family and felt isolated. To cope, he threw himself into his work, learning new dance moves and perfecting his craft. But as the years went by, his dedication paid off. By the time he was 16, he was ready to go out on his own. Little Michael didn't have a normal childhood. He couldn't even go out and play. Instead, he spent his days in constant rehearsal with the Jackson 5. The other members of the group were his brothers, Tito, Jermaine, Marlon, and Jackie. And sometimes little Michael would watch in awe as his older brothers performed. But when he turned 5, everything changed. His father put him on stage, and Michael had to perform. It was then that he realized that there would be no escape. Music was his destiny. And if you think that sounds tough, just wait. When he was 13, he wrote and recorded Ben, which became his first solo hit. In 1975, the Jackson 5's contract with Motown Records expired, and Michael decided to strike out on his own. In 1982, Michael released Thriller, which would go on to become the best-selling album of all time. Michael Jackson was a perfectionist. After Thriller, Michael Jackson became a global superstar. He was known as the King of Pop. But unfortunately, Michael's personal life was turned upside down when he was accused of abusing children. As the years passed, Michael grew weaker. Despite all the pain and struggles he endured, Michael Jackson never gave up on his dream of bringing joy to people through his music. And now, it's time for you to take a look back at your own life.